Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to our ECM long-range update on Saturday, August 9th, 2025. So as always on Saturdays, we go through the ECM long-range charts, looking at the anomalies for pressure, temperature, and rainfall or precipitation for the next 6 weeks. Today, that gets us to beyond mid-September, and yeah, obviously, this is a very long time frame, especially in terms of forecasting the weather. So dump huge piles of salt on this, especially beyond week 2. So here is week 1 pressure anomaly. This one I think is fairly confident. Runs from August 7th to 18th. That is next week. So you can see high pressure comes in from all the way from Canada through the Atlantic Ocean and through Ireland, the UK, and into many areas of Europe, Scandinavia, Central Europe, Eastern Europe, Iberia, high pressure all the way. So I'd assume that for Ireland, it would mean a warm and dry week. So moving on to our temperature anomalies, you can see they are well above average, about 1 to 3 degrees above average, so very warm. But you notice that in parts of like England, Wales, where I'll be, down to Iberia, France, Low Countries, Germany, Italy, the Meds into the Balkans, you're looking at, good 3 to 6 degrees above average, and in parts of France there, in those crimson shadings, you're in excess of 6 degrees above average, so tremendous heat waves forecasted now for Central and Western Europe, as well as for Scandinavia. Just a bit cooler there for Eastern Europe, due to the fact that there will be a trough of low pressure towards Russia and Kazakhstan, and that will just mean that it'll be more settled with more northerly airflows, and hence those cooler values. And here is the rainfall anomaly for week 1, and that is looking very much below average, very much rather than average. You can see where all the lows have been pushed off to, like way far north, like say Iceland, Greenland, into the farthest of Norway, but anywhere else you're looking bone dry and very warm to hot. And moving on to week 2, that is August 18th to 25th. So this week maintains the idea of high pressure over us into the north. Now, if you watch our videos regularly, you will know that some models, despite a brief interruption in this warm spell, around say Wednesday through to Sunday, these models actually do re-strengthen the high pressure quite firmly into late next weekend and the start of the following week. So that would renew the dry and warm spell. And that is what I think the ECM is doing today. So week 2 will be, as I said, August 18th to 25th. Temperature anomalies are still very warm, about 2 degrees above average, and week 2 rainfall anomalies are still nicely below average. Week 3 will be the last week of summer in terms of meteorology. Now I know that there are many definitions as to when summer starts and ends. Like solar summer has now ended already. It ended on yesterday. Yesterday was the 8th of August. Yeah, yesterday. And now we're into solar autumn. And obviously, there's still a very long way till the start of astronomical autumn. That would be around the equinox. But personally, I see the seasons as like the solid 3 monthly blocks. So summer for me ends on August 31st. Yeah, but obviously seasons can be had at any stage you want them to be at. So week 3 will be, as I said, the last week of summer in terms of the weather and meteorology, and that brings the high pressure to the north, and that would bring in, well, it's quite uncertain what that would bring in because there's nothing really shown for Ireland and the UK, only high pressure to the north. And what in this sort of pattern though, you'd assume that the blocking would force the jet stream and areas of low pressure southwards, so you'd assume that we'd be in a westerly airflow with areas of rain. So the week 3 temperature anomaly is like this, quite a bit above average in many areas, but a slightly cooler signal compared to average, and the week 3 rainfall anomaly is looking, again, a bit drier than average, but nothing to write home about week 3. But however, I'm surprised at how dry it looks, given that there's really no signal, because as I said before, in that signal you expect generally the jet stream and the lows to force southwards to bring us constant rain. So a bit mysterious there. So week 4 will be the 1st of September to the 8th, and this week looks very mysterious indeed. There's nothing on the chart except for like high pressure towards Western Greenland and like the Labrador Sea. Week 4 temperature anomaly is looking identical to week 3, and week 4 rainfall anomaly is getting a bit wetter to the west. Maybe it's starting to pick up some low pressure to the west, but that is not shown here. Week 5 is September 8th to 15th. I already know that just now, looking at that chart, I was like, this chart is close to being just blank. I wonder if the day will come when we'll see a blank chart. Lo and behold, it's right there. We've got a blank chart. We have nothing whatsoever to go off of. What use is this? Week 5 temperature anomaly is looking identical, very much identical to week 4's anomaly. And the rainfall anomaly is looking above average, especially to the southwest. It might hint at a warmer and wetter pattern there, with a low to our southwest, steering up bands of rain and showers. Week 6 is the 15th of September to the 22nd. Pretty sure that is the first time on the channel that we've seen this. Week 6, we do see a small hint of high pressure to our south. That's the Azores high, probably. Week 6, temperature anomaly. So above average through Azores up into Iberia, on the UK, Scandinavia. Yeah, so I'm assuming that might bring some southwesterly winds. And week 6, rainfall anomaly. You can see high pressure towards the Azores and Iberia, hence the drier anomalies, and low pressures towards our west and north, hence the wetter anomalies. And that would encourage a southwesterly airflow through this 3rd week of September. So thanks for watching. Definitely looks very nice from the ECM for the next 2 weeks. Beyond that, it's very, very mysterious until by week 6, I think the ECM is just going back to normal. So, yeah. I'll see you later on for the CFS.